30 plus leftover women are finally regretting those years of swiping like they had endless time. Dating apps made them feel wanted until reality hit. Once you cross 35, the wall isn't just a saying, it's the moment you realize men have already moved on to younger, softer, and more intentional women.
When I say that modern dating is just infuriating, I feel like the only way for people to get just how it is out here is for us to be sharing our stories. This man has been hitting on me for 3 years, if not longer, just swiping up on my story, various things, right? And I am the type of person that unless you say something with your chest, I am not going to pay attention to you. Like, sure, yeah, thank you for the compliment, but otherwise, like, what are you doing here? It's Christmas time. I guess this man is feeling jolly. And Christmas Eve, he swipes up on my story. I tell him thank you. And he goes, yeah, I asked Santa for your number. I'm hoping he's going to leave it at midnight. I'm going to check in the morning and I'm going to leave out milk and cookies. And I was like, oh, 3 years in and he finally takes the plunge. Oh my God. So he sends me a Snapchat of the inside of his stocking and he's like, oh, damn, like Santa didn't leave it. I guess I'll just have to keep asking him for it. And I was just like, Santa is so sneaky. It's been with me this entire time. I gave him my number. This is the part that me up. He responds. He's like, awesome. I'll text you sometime this next week and maybe we can go get drinks or some shit. Just a moment of silence. Okay. What makes you look at me and think that I want to get drinks or some? Do I look like a drinks or some kind of girl? Like, just be for real. And I'm sure he was just trying to keep it like very casual, but ladies are tired of casual. Like, come with intentions or back off. Like, I just few days goes by, he texts me, and at this point, like, I don't know, the lack of intention already, I'm like, damn, you waited 3 years and it up. You live and you learn.
This is honestly where I find my moments of peace and clarity out here by the dumpster. I just wanted to talk about Hinge for a quick second, okay? Because I feel like the fact that their slogan is designed to be deleted is probably the most accurate thing that they've ever come up with, and not for the reasons you're thinking. My who liked you on Hinge makes me feel so degraded and disgusted that I have no other choice but to delete the app. Not to mention, the people that are on Hinge truly are some of the worst people I've ever met in my entire life. And why is every man's love language physical touch, but they're still figuring out their dating goals? Like, instead of banning TikTok, we need to ban the real problem in this generation, which is Hinge. That's the real app that needs to be banned. I'm gonna create an app that breaks my hand anytime I try to open Hinge.
Dating is so annoying. First date boy from the other day asked me if I wanted to go on a hike today after he got done with work, because I'm off from work. He gets off like early afternoon. It's gonna be like 50s, sunny today. Like, we should go on a hike. And I'm like, okay, yeah, like that sounds nice. Let's do it. So time comes, he gets off work. He texts me that he's home. I'm like, okay, cool. And he's like, yeah, if you need a rain check, like, that's okay. And I'm like, what is this man talking about? Like, I had not been like weird or flaky about going, not going, being busy, or like saying, oh, I'm doing this and this and this, like to make him think that I was busy, like nothing, like no indicators that I did not want to go. So I thought that was weird. So I was like, okay, like if you need a rain check, that's okay. Like, if you have other stuff going on. And he was like, no, like, I don't have anything else going on. I just looked, and it's gonna be like a 40-minute drive right now, and I just figured, you know, like, for like daylight purposes, like, maybe we should just like rain check this. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. And he's like, but do you want to like do something else? No, I don't. Is that weird? Like, that's so weird. Like, it would have been different for me if he was like, hey, like, you know, I've really been thinking about it, and I think maybe we should do this on like a Saturday or a Sunday, like earlier in the day. Do you want to do dinner tonight? Do you want to do something else? Like, I'm thinking we should do something else today. Like phrased it that way, but he like phrased it as like, do you want to rain check this? And I was like, what are you talking about? Does this make sense? Am I annoying? I don't need to know the answer to that. I'm sure there's plenty of men that want to tell me how annoying I am. But I just thought that was so weird. So he was like, do you want to do something else? And I was like, no, like, I'm just going to go to the gym. Like, it's fine. And he was like, oh, like, I'm sorry, like, for bailing on you. Like, I really want to see you again. Obviously not enough. Obviously not really. I don't know. I'm over it. I'm really over it.
I'm not going on any more dates anytime soon. No. I'm sure you guys have seen all those articles going around about lawsuits against dating apps and how dating apps are essentially just totally ineffective. People are on there and just stay on there, and the actual success rates are so low, but then the ones that you hear about is like all you hear. So many of my friends have met their significant others on the dating apps, and I'm like, why is that not working for me? Now, I don't think all of them are necessarily compatible, I will say that, but you know, they're like, oh, it's a numbers game, you gotta just keep like blah blah blah. I think a lot of people like settle for people that like them back and don't want to think deeper on like, okay, is this my forever person? Just like feels good to be loved, and the thought of getting back out there is like horrible. And meeting people naturally is really, really tough now. But lately, and by lately I mean like the last 2-3 years, I've been feeling like the dating apps is just like, people play it like an actual game. The people on there that are actually looking for a relationship, I mean, I think there's just so few of them. I think in general, women are a lot more intentional than men. I think men are on there. And I heard actually a guy say this though. Women are on there for validation to see like who they could get. These are all the people they could get, but that they don't actually want to talk to them. And men are on there kind of like trying to hook up. But if a relationship comes out of it, it's like a plus, but they're not necessarily on there for a relationship. I feel like with women though, like a lot of women are actually on there for a relationship, but it also is an ego boost as well, because your dating pool just got so much bigger than just like the people that you're meeting at bars and at work and whatnot. And also, I feel like a lot of people aren't working in person anymore. You're not doing as many of those happy hours. You're not like combining friend groups as much. You're just not meeting people naturally as much. So you kind of have to use the dating apps. But then the dating apps just feel like a total fucking trap. I'm like, this cannot be it. I'm not gonna stop dating necessarily. I'm gonna be open to it still. But in terms of like the dating apps, I think we're just taking a little step back, just a little, you know what I mean? But it's like mentally just draining to be preparing yourself for the dates, to be talking to people, to, you know, if a date goes well and they don't follow up, you're like, what the fuck? If the date doesn't go well, and like, how do you navigate that conversation? You know, if you're on a date and you're like, why am I here? You're on, like, the mental space this is taking up, it's too much, and I'm not seeing anything from it. So we're just gonna put a pin in this, maybe revisit in the summer when everything is happy and good again. But right now, it is just not it. If something happens, great, but I feel like seeking out dating on the dating apps is like the recipe for disappointment and unhappiness. I don't know.
Women over 35 have hit the wall. This is true and untrue at the same time, and let me explain why I say this, okay? For my professional expertise, I have worked with hundreds of women, and I have worked with a lot of women over the age of 35. Now, there's a group of those women who have absolutely no issues with dating, no issues with encountering men who want to be with them, who want to commit to them, who want to be serious about them. Then you have another group of women who have a very difficult time with those exact same things. Now, I want y'all to remember that. The thing that young women have on their side is youth. So women in their early 20s, mid 20s, you know what I'm saying? Even like this 20s period, but especially like the early and mid. They are young. They're supple, right? They're impressionable, right? They don't have certain baggage that older women have. And because of their youth, and especially because they're attractive, they don't have to be so smart. Right? They don't have to have, certain levels of integrity. They don't have to have a high standard of character because they have youth on their side. And all of us as women have gone through this process of having youth on our side. So if you were to put a woman who is 25 in the same room as a woman who is 35, and these women have a lot of the same things, so maybe the same height, same weight, same physical appearance, so on and so forth. And both of those women have bad character, bad personality. Both of those women are not easy to be with. If a man had to choose, like, hey, I have to choose a woman, he's likely going to choose the younger one. However, let's go back to what I was talking about initially, where I said there are two categories of women over 35. One that has absolutely no issues with men. Men will still marry them. Men still want to be with them. And the ones who a man would not spit on them if they were on fire. The reason for that is they have bad character. They have a bad personality. They don't have the wisdom. They don't have the intellect. They don't have the things that they should have at their age. They make life hard, not just for themselves, but the people around them. Then we want to add the fact that they are out of their prime. They're out of the typical baby making ages. So yes, women in that category have hit the wall. But the women in the category who know themselves, who take care of themselves, who don't have bad character, who's a pleasure to be around, who don't take nobody's shit, but also is respectful, those women over 35 will never have a problem. Men will still gravitate towards them because a man over 35, if he's a high caliber man, he typically doesn't want a younger woman because she does not have the wisdom, she does not have the life experience or the conversation that would even excite him, that is even something he'd be interested in. So ladies, if you're over 35 and you don't want to hit the wall, be a better person. Stay safe.